know you're somewhere.
Hi Sag, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. Today's Sag, you guys got sometimes life stings, number 64 in reverse. This is a 10. And then you have 7, 7. And it's weird, you have 34 and 43. And then they're both purple. When sometimes life stings is in reverse, it talks about how you're not letting something go. You're not letting something end. You're not letting a cycle go. Like, everything has a season. You know what I mean? It's kind of like trying to keep a flower, in bloom during the winter. It's obviously impossible, right? It's going to snow. It's not the right climate. It's not the right conditions for a flower to be blooming in the winter. The winter time is for like dormancy. And it's like you're trying to go against nature. Let's pull more, because I don't really understand what these two cards are trying to say right now. Let's pull a little bit more. I do get that you're not letting something go, but I want to know what that is before I pull more. Wow, Sag. This is some crazy shit, because you're coming up as a true pair to somebody 2 times. And you're not coming up in your suit. So you're not coming up as a fire sign. You're coming up as a water sign, and you're coming up as an earth sign. And they're coming up as a water sign, and they're coming up as an earth sign. Isn't that crazy? Like, you both are here twice. True pairs twice. So obviously you guys are soulmates, right? I think that's pretty clear. But there seems to be something in between you two, always. Like, even here in your cards, like, there's something here in between you. And here, there's something in between you. And I feel like that's what... I think it's hard to let a cycle go with someone who we love and we trust. Or not even trust, but someone who we just care so deeply for. King and Queen of Cups is a couple who really cares about each other, right? Like, the suit of the cups is like an undying love for somebody. Like, it doesn't matter what this person does or says, I'll always have like a very deep care for this person. I'll always have a lot of love for this person. And then coming up in the suit of Pentacles, I feel like that's like practicality. So maybe you two work in so many ways. You work on a love level, you work on a 3D level, you work just well together. And I feel like I'm speaking to the masculine because I see attraction next to the Queen of Water, and I kind of felt with those two cards coming up next to one another that this was like two people who are very attracted to one another, but specifically this masculine is very attracted to this feminine. Very, very attracted to the feminine energy here. And it could be like physically, obviously, but it could also be, I'm getting like this person's heart, right? Because Queen of Cups is someone who has like such a big heart, you know what I mean? And so much love to give. And has like this cup that just overflows, you know what I mean? Their cup is like never empty. They always have more and more and more to give. So I feel like that could be why this masculine was attracted to this feminine. But it's funny because maybe this masculine, I don't know if this masculine sees themselves that way, but you're coming up as a true pair, which says that you also have a big heart. Sag, I feel like this is you, this masculine. So it's kind of like maybe you want to see what, like this person, what you see in them, you wish to see in yourself. Or maybe this person opens it up inside of you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this person helps you become more loving, or to show that side of yourself that is very loving and is very caring. Maybe, this person like kind of accepts it, and not only that, but expects it because they're like that. And yeah, I just see a really beautiful relationship, but something definitely had to go down, because I don't feel you guys are in union. I also feel like something's separating the two of you. And with the wasp spirit in reverse, this is telling me that this is not someone doesn't want this to be over. Like someone is like not over it yet. Or like somebody's not over something here. For example, like with sometimes life stings, right? Sometimes like bad shit happens, right? And you can either let that go and move on with your life, or you get stuck in the pain. And that's kind of what I'm getting. Like, you know, when like, let's just say you get bit by, you get stung by a bee, right? It's like somebody got stung by a bee, and instead of, you know, just being like, oh, that sucked, it's like, now I'm scared of bees for the rest of my life, or wasps, you know what I mean? Like, I can never see one, I have a phobia against one. Like, things are just getting kind of out of proportion here with fear. That's what I'm getting for somebody here. Like, it's just out of proportion. Like, something did happen perhaps in this relationship, but like somebody took things out of proportions. That's what I'm getting. Like, out of, and again, everyone's entitled to feel the way that they're meant to, like the way that they want to feel. But with the wasp spirit coming out here, it kind of tells me that somebody is, I don't know, it's like they're dragging their feet. Like, it's, I don't know how to explain it. I want to know what happened between the two of you, but I obviously, like, something happened that wasn't great. You know what I mean? Something happened that stung. And I feel like that's maybe all it was. Like, something happened, and then somebody got in their fears, and then somebody was unable to, like, you know, get out of the fear. Like, that's all I'm getting with this. It could be as simple as that. Like, somebody's stuck in fear, right? Let's pull a little bit more. What's also weird here about this read is that before I like put more cards out, is tranquility is coming up with the 5 of Wands in reverse. So someone here is very calm. And I'm wondering if that's this feminine. Because there has to be someone in fear, and there has to be someone, I don't think two people are in fear. Not with tranquility coming out and the 5 of Wands in reverse. So someone here is definitely in fear, and someone here is not. Someone here is calm. Someone here is tranquil. Someone here is like just chilling. So let's see who's who in this read, because I feel there's one person who's in fear, not wanting to end the cycle, or something happened and they can't let that go. Like, there's something stuck in somebody else. And then the other person is just kind of moving forward. Okay. Let's see who's who, and then we'll pull more. Okay. It's really interesting. I see who's stuck in fear. Obviously here with the 8 of Swords, it's the masculine, right? The person who is stuck. You see how this person is tied up, and they have so many swords around them to untie themselves, but they're just kind of wanting to be stuck. They want to remain stuck. They want to kind of just remain where they are. I feel like that's you, Sag, the masculine, the one who's, again, it could be reversed, but I feel like this is the person who is stuck, doesn't want to move forward. And because somebody doesn't want to move forward, the universe is ending it for you. That's what I'm getting. The world is like, it could talk about travel, but I'm getting it's an ending. It's the ending of a cycle. So it's so funny because I feel like the masculine here wasn't able to bring themselves to ending things, or wasn't able to bring themselves out of fear, wasn't able to maybe start again, wasn't able, again, like very stuck, right? I kind of want to read about this card so you guys can understand what I mean about being stuck. Okay, it says, yeah, are you holding on to anger, jealousy, or resentment because you got stung? Or could you have just stung yourself by comparing yourself to others? There will always be someone else who is more successful, happier, thinner, richer. Jealousy is a false belief that you can't have what you want, or someone could take away something that was supposed to be yours. Let it go and release all those feelings that are making the sting hurt long after the stinger has been removed. Wasp spirit has woken you up, and now you are called to trust that disappointment can lead you to a different and better path. Align with spirit now and trust that this too shall pass, and is already doing so, for the pain subsides when you stop telling the story of how much it hurt. You see what I'm saying? Like, someone here is just so stuck in something that hurt them. Something, a disagreement, an argument, whatever. It hurt, I don't want to deal with it, and I can't get past it, but I also can't move forward, right? So because I'm going to sit here and just get stuck, which is the masculine, the universe ends it for them. That's what I'm getting. The universe does it for them. Or the feminine does it for them. It's like shit or get off the pot. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to move forward. Okay, then it's over. Then it's done. I don't know why the Seven of Swords has to be here with the World. I kind of feel like the masculine was a little bit tricky in the sense of, because the Seven of Swords is someone who's sneaky, someone who's playing a trick, someone who's lying. Could be even like, this is a lying card, right? And there's a lot of sword energy with this masculine. So I guess what really happened here is someone was just stuck in fear in the mind, and because they were stuck in fear, they like transmuted that fear onto this other person. And I don't think this masculine tried to be sneaky. I really don't. But I think that's how they came off to the feminine, as like a sneaky person, as someone who's not trustworthy, as someone who's like, I can't trust this person. Because, and what it really was that this masculine was just in a victim mentality, right? Like they couldn't move past anything. I don't think they meant to hurt anybody, but I also don't think like they were doing the right thing here. They were just stuck. You know what I mean? Just super stuck in the sting, in the hurt. And the feminine, I see the feminine not being able to go forward, possibly because this masculine is here in like this victim mentality. So I feel like the feminine just spoke truth. The Ace of Swords is out here twice. The truth is spoken, and someone gets left out in the cold. And honestly, I feel like it's the feminine who gets left out in the cold. Like, I kind of feel like it's the feminine who feels like left out in the cold. Because it's like, again, even if the masculine didn't mean to be sneaky, it's like you're not giving anybody any option here but for me to walk away. There's no other option here but for me to leave. And that's what I'm getting with the feminine. Someone feeling left out in the cold, except it's the feminine that's feeling left out in the cold. It's like, yeah, I had to speak my truth, but now I'm left out in the cold, and it sucks. So yeah, I think the feminine is kind of putting herself out in the cold. It's kind of like, I have no other option here. But at the same time, what the feminine doesn't realize is this is going to bring so much peace to them. Because tranquility, I feel like it's coming. Honestly, I feel like tranquility could be coming to both of them, but I definitely feel like tranquility is coming to the feminine. Because it's like, at least you know where you stand now. At least you know what's going on, and at least you've spoken your truth. And now the chips will like fall where they may. And I think that's what the scribe wanted in the first place. The scribe is someone who's trying to guide you in terms of communication. So some sort of communication got out between the two of these people. And I think the communication was, what's going on here? What are we doing? Like, you know, are we moving forward together or are we not? And it came out to like, we're not moving forward together. Okay, so someone's left out in the cold. But you know what? It's better that the truth gets out. And I think there's been this is a highly emotional situation for both people, but the truth had to get out. So let's see. Yeah, it's so both people could have new opportunities. You know what I mean? What was going on with these two people? I think what happened here was there was a lot of potential, because these are soulmates, obviously, and they're not karmics. You know, they're not coming up as with devil energy. They're not coming up with fire energy. Sometimes the king or queen of wands can be seen with the devil as the karmic, but that's not the case here. This isn't a karmic situation. I think what this was a lot of potential, you know, and what happened was, unfortunately, someone was stuck in the sting. Someone was stuck in wasp spirit. Someone was stuck in not knowing how to get out of jealousy or pain, or, you know, feeling like somebody's going to take something away from you. Whatever ended up happening between these two people, I think the masculine ended up feeling very confused and very hurt and just didn't really know what to do. And that led them to looking like this type of person. Someone who's untrustworthy, someone who can't, you know, this person's not communicating how they feel. So how are they going to look to the feminine? They're going to look like a liar, right? And then if the feminine is looking at the masculine as a liar or someone as untrustworthy, they're going to walk away. And that's exactly what happened here. So I just see here that the communication that came in is luckily helping two people it's helping two people move on. It's helping two people go forward. And I do think that this was something that could have worked out. And I don't think it's time to play like any type of blame game on whose fault it was or anybody. Again, I do see how the masculine is coming off here as someone who is deceitful. But I personally don't think they were trying to be deceitful. I think they were just like, look at them. they're stuck in a victim mode. Let's pull a little bit more on these two people. I honestly, yeah, I just don't. I was gonna pull more and see who, like, how these people really are, pull more on their like characteristics, but I don't think it matters. Like, I really don't think that this masculine was like meaning to be this type of person. I think this is just how things came off to the feminine. Like, I truly just don't believe it. Not with a king and queen of water, and not with a king and queen of earth. If this was again a karmic, then this would have been very accurate to me. But because there's no karmic energy here, this is just a simple, I'm hurt, I can't move forward, and that's it. You know what I mean? And sometimes I think that that's all you can do. Communicate your truth to a person, tell them how you're feeling. And maybe the lack of telling somebody how you feel, like maybe because this person was stuck and couldn't tell anybody how they felt, the truth obviously seemed to have come from the feminine. But you know what? It's like communication was able to clear this up, and I think it cleared it up in separating these two people. Like, I think, or if this hasn't happened for you guys yet, then that's what's next. Like, the feminine is going to communicate something to this masculine, and the masculine is going to, I don't think the masculine can move past this energy. They're the ones that I feel like feel hurt. So it's kind of like the feminine's just going to be like, okay, you feel hurt, you don't want to move forward, okay, let me do it for you, let's just move on. That's literally what I see what's happening. Like, I don't see you guys coming together. I see you guys moving apart. Not because Five of Pentacles is like, I'm like, we're done, you know what I mean, we broke up. But I think it's positive because we have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and the Ace of Pentacles is like a new opportunity comes, and I think that new opportunity can be for both of you. Yeah, Seven of Cups in reverse. It's like, let's not leave everything up in the air anymore. Let's just communicate what's going on. I think the feminine did that. I think the feminine said what they were feeling, said what was going on. The masculine said how they were feeling, said what was going on. And the two have decided, you know. And it's sad because I just see like the bond here, the soulmate bond here. It's like very strong. But some things I feel like because they haven't been worked on, because they haven't been moved past, you can't healthily like move forward, right? Like, if someone's stuck in this hurt, then how could you move forward with them? And maybe if the masculine were, I mean, again, I see so many things that could have been done differently and so many things that could have been communicated earlier, but that didn't happen here. I think what I would do if I was one of you guys is not play the blame game, because that's just going to make you guys sick. Like, oh, whose fault was it? Who could have done more? Who could have done better? This is just the time to move on from one another, honestly. And I think it's going to be really hard because of the bond that you have with one another. But at the same time, I think the Divine's going to give you both new opportunities, present new opportunities to you guys. And that's going to help you guys move forward. I want to know what this Four of Cups is. Yeah. You see, like, I told you guys, this is not karmic. Devil in reverse. This is not karmic. This is somebody deciding. I really think it was the masculine who was like in this, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how I feel. Again, all this, I don't know. I'm a victim, like, you know, playing the victim, maybe not seeing what the truth was, not seeing how to move forward, very stuck here. And I think that's why it was very powerful that the feminine energy was the first to say, like, well, let's communicate about this, talk about this, let's see what's going on here. And with that communication comes somebody leaving. And I think, again, sometimes, like, you don't see how beautiful leaving somebody behind can be. And I think this is one of those examples where leaving somebody behind is like the best thing for both people. And I think it's very, very hurtful because, again, I see the deep bond between these soulmates, but I also think it's for the best. So this is like one of those examples where you have to leave somebody behind in order to move forward. You know what I mean? Like, together, you're just stopping one another. You're just kind of, you know, hindering each other in moving forward. So I think it's been it's been very painful for these two. I think it's been very hurtful for both of these two as well. And I think it's just time for both people to move on. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen here. Both people are moving forward. Both people are going to leave. And this is like one of those examples, again, where like leaving something behind can truly be beautiful and like healing and ending something, you know what I mean? And like moving forward in life. So yeah, I feel like both people are going to start focusing on other things. Both people are going to become single. And like, look, we have the Queen of Cups getting up again. Yep, and meeting an Emperor. So again, it's like both people will end up meeting new people. Both people will end up moving on. And that's just what both people want is going to happen. So I feel like for the feminine wants to have a union with someone. And they don't want to feel like left out in the cold anymore. And this person's going to meet somebody. And I feel like for the masculine wants to get out of this sword energy, wants to get out of this hurt, wants to get over whatever happened here. And they're enabling that for this masculine as well. So yeah, both people are going to get what they want, or what, not even maybe what they want, but what they need. But I see both people getting both things, what they want and what they need. So let's pull some advice. So yeah, guys, I love that this card came out, Perpetua, the Saint of Authenticity. I am my authentic self in all circumstances. I think that her card also talks about communication, right? She has like the journal there. She also is someone who suggests like journaling and writing down how you feel and how that can help you understand yourself, like the voice inside of yourself by journaling. So I think that is kind of what happened here. Like there's been a lot of feelings that have been deep down for both of these people, but like not able to come to the surface, not being able to be communicated, like maybe the love that they have for each other, maybe like the truth of what they feel for each other. So I feel like that has been broken. Like the feminine is the one here who has finally communicated something. And in communicating and being deeply honest and being very courageous in speaking, they realize that they're being left out in the cold. But again, I'm seeing for the feminine that as you put focus on something else and you're single, you turn up right again. Like you gain your heart swells up again and your cup gets filled up again. So this isn't going to last very long. I think what's been hindering the growth for this feminine here is the fact of holding on to somebody here who, I mean, hasn't been in the best energy. Let's be honest. You know, and again, it's somebody unable to decide, right? And again, it's so funny because we have the 8 and the 7 that makes a 1, another Ace of Sword. So much truth that needed to be said, so many things that needed to be spoken. And maybe not even that, but the fact that like the divine needed someone to see something. Sometimes the sword can just be clarity. And I think that's what the truth was here. That like maybe this masculine was toxic. You know what I mean? I mean, this is toxic. And them being toxic was making someone else feel 5 of Pentacles left out. And it's funny, it's like you felt left out in the cold with this person, you're feeling left out of the cold without this person. That's how you know you're in a truly like toxic situation, right? When you feel left out in the cold either way. Honestly, I feel like the feminine will be more empowered and feel much better away from this person. That's how you know that something has truly gone wrong and something is not worth keeping anymore. And it's sad because I do see like the bond between these two soulmates, but you know what? We can't force a soulmate to be better. We can only hope that they'll be better one day and move forward and grow. And I think that's where the tranquility comes in. Like observing the fact that, yeah, you guys are soulmates, but the fact that like that doesn't mean you need to stay in an unhealthy relationship for anybody. So I see the feminine putting work on themselves and being single, coming up as the Queen of Cups, opening up their heart again, and meeting someone right away. Okay? So that's what I see for the feminine. For the masculine, I think what they should be focusing on right now is getting themselves out of this, you know, out of this energy, out of what kept them stuck. Because I think some sort of painful event happened and that's what kept them here. So as soon as this ends for this masculine, I feel like they move on as well. Yeah, and they're able to start new again. It's so funny because I have the Emperor and the Empress again. But I don't think that this person is going to be around. I think this feminine is moving on. So yeah, I love this read because it just shows like sometimes endings are good. And yeah, that's what's happening here. I love you guys. I hope this helps, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.